Now, to keep the ball rolling with some more ways companies and government are combining BPM with enterprise architecture for best business impact, let's turn to Kevin Haugh, Vice President of Product Marketing and Management at Metastorm. Good morning again, Kevin.
Good morning.
In his case studies, Kevin will describe some very terrific BPM enterprise architecture projects that show terrific time to value benefits, including quicker time to market, improving relations with customers and partners, and reducing complexity of internal systems, including doubling or tripling ROI from traditional BPM spend. So with that, Kevin.
Thank you very much, and hello, everybody. I'm going to start out by giving you a very, very brief sense of who we are as a company. I know we've got a separate session where I'm going to go in greater detail. But as a company, one of the ways that we frame BPM along with our other offerings is that it fits within this broader context of helping organizations kind of see and understand who they are, think about potential improvements in the organization, and then actually take action on them or do the do component, which involves improvements in the organization very directly. And the C area is an area that tends to focus more on the enterprise architecture component. The think focuses more on what people refer to as BPA and BPM, and the do focuses on the area of BPM. Now, the next slide here, this really helps to validate why we think about things this way. Gartner and many others have been saying that if you're thinking just BPM, you're thinking too narrowly. And in fact, the reality is that there's a great synergy and relationship between traditional BPM focuses and other areas such as enterprise architecture and business process analysis. I'm not going to go into great detail here around this, but essentially what Gartner is saying is that one can actually achieve greater results in BPM by combining them, incorporating concepts of EA and information provided through EA, and vice versa. BPM can be a great vehicle for actually accomplishing some of the things that you might be considering in terms of a future state in the EA domain. As a company, Metastorm offers products in all these areas, EA, BPA, and BPM, and here we see an example of just some of our clients. We have over 1,300 clients across the globe, and one of the things we're very proud about is the fact that not only do we have offerings in each of these areas, but we're a leader in each of the areas. So companies will often utilize individual pieces of our offering, but then as they're looking to move kind of beyond their initial focus, for example, to kind of the more future-oriented type of BPM thinking that we're talking about today, they have the ability to do that and do that with an offering that is a leader in its own right. So to turn now to really the main focus of this session, I did want to talk about 2 or 3 of our key clients and how they've used our offerings to be successful. The first of those is Bergen, that's focused more on the do piece, more of the execution piece. And this is a company that is one of the largest pharmaceutical services companies in the world. And so they're involved in distributing pharmaceuticals to thousands of different medical providers and other types of entities. And then they're involved on the other side in interacting with thousands of different manufacturers. And this creates some real challenges for them, you might guess, in terms of being able to efficiently interact with all these third parties. It manifests itself in a lot of different ways and a lot of different processes. One of the more important of those is the contract process and related chargeback process. It also manifests itself in terms of challenges around accounts payable and vendor reconciliation. So bottom line is that Bergen, given the nature of who they are and the thousands of entities that they deal with, has some major process challenges just because of the business they're in. In their initial state, one of the things that they really wanted to try and improve upon was the efficiency of their processes, the accuracy of the information, as well as to be able to remain a very competitive player in the marketplace. So they took advantage of Metastorm BPM in order to improve and automate hundreds of their processes. As you can see here, over 270 processes were used to improve the organization. And this included not only mission-critical processes, but also more core internal processes. And in doing that, they were able to do things like significantly reduce chargeback disputes. They're able to dramatically lower costs while at the same time improving their customer service. So kind of a great win-win. And financially, as you can see here, they were able to achieve tremendous financial savings. Seagate is another Metastorm client that has used our products to deliver great things from a process improvement standpoint. As most people know, Seagate is one of the largest hard drive manufacturers in the world, known for delivering very high-quality hard drives. One of the things that they wanted to do is continue to build upon their strengths. So they took our Metastorm ProVision product and used it to model improvements to their processes. And in doing that, they were able to further reduce defect rates within their organization. In fact, as you can see here, they were able to reduce disk drive defects by 66%, which is huge, allowing them to continue to maintain their leadership as a very, very high-quality hard drive manufacturer. The final client I wanted to focus on was the U.S. Air Force. The U.S. Air Force has used really our full spectrum capabilities, including the C component around enterprise architecture, the Think component around business process analysis, and the Do component about actually directly implementing improvements to given processes. So the Air Force has a number of related areas that they focused on, including desire to utilize our products to pursue their Lean Six Sigma initiatives, and they were able to very successfully do that. They were able to, through use of our products, reduce duplication of effort, among other things. So in the interest of time, I'm not going to go into great detail here, but the ROI that they saw has been tremendous. Hundreds of % ROI from the use of our products in terms of doing things like reducing duplicate activities, improving the decision-making process. Thank you very much.
Kevin, thanks for that look at both industry and government's use of BPM and enterprise architecture principles, including SOA. You know, we have time for a question here, and I wanted to just circle back to your See, Think, and Do circles that show up on some of your customer slides. Talk a bit more about that Metastorm approach to BPM. To me, it seems like you're offering your users a great way to address their BPM lifecycle, especially because they can accommodate so many different IT and business stakeholders.
Yes, that's exactly right, and that's the real strength of the combination of the See, Think, and Do, because I may have a very specific thing that I want to do. So let's say that I want to improve a given business process. But as part of that, I want to take advantage of the assets that are available within the enterprise. And to the extent that I can understand what's available and I can see that and see that there's certain assets, then I can actually be more effective in the do side. So, for example, let's say that as part of improving a process, I want to automate certain things, or I want to leverage more of a system-based approach. By understanding some of the more technical aspects of the organization, let's say services that might have been defined and are available, or systems that are available, I can then often not only implement BPM in a more efficient way, but also do it in a way that actually can be brought to market more quickly and to be done at less cost without duplicating effort that otherwise I might have duplicated.
And I know we're going to hear more about See, Think, and Do in your solo session later today, but just to underscore that point, Kevin, is that you can get some eye-popping results, $40 million in savings or double your ROI, but it doesn't have to mean that those projects have to take 6 months or a year.
That's exactly right, and part of the secret is that through better insight, you can zero in on the things that will allow you to achieve results quickly. That's very hard to do in the absence of having that broader understanding and perspective, and in fact being able to see more about the organization, where your opportunities really are, and then from there, then think about how you're going to improve them, or those specific areas, and then actually do it.
Excellent. We'll look forward to learning more about See, Think, and Do and how our attendees can put that to use in their own companies later today. Kevin, thanks very much.
Thank you.